Hello everyone, welcome to the Scumdog's Kennel. I'm your host, Chris Williams, and in today's Cryptid Corner mini-episode, today we're going to be looking at 3 stories this time, folks. All of them are very intriguing. The first article we'll be reading about, before you look at some articles dealing with cryptid canines, is Gravitational Anomaly in Antarctica could have resulted from an asteroid. Let's get into this article now and read exactly what happened in Antarctica and how it all went down. Hidden within the icy expanse of Antarctica lies a mysterious circle boasting a diameter of 500 kilometers discovered in 2006 by a NASA satellite. This newly perfect circular structure has sparked controversy and prompted extensive scientific inquiry. The enigma revolves around the remarkable intense gravitational field detected in this region. Scientists have proposed numerous theories and attempts to elucidate this anomaly, ranging from the presence of extraterrestrial craft to the existence of portals to other realms. So, people are really falling on the woo-woo side of things here, folks, but I imagine there are a few, legitimate answers as well. At least that's what the lamestream media and scientific communities would say, folks. Most likely they'll say that this meteor has a high gravitational field or something around it that's causing these anomalies. But then again, maybe it is more on the woo-woo side of things that is actually the answer here, folks, because, we'll just have to basically wonder about that as we read through the rest of the article and try to find the actual answer for it. Either way, let's continue. However, recent research conducted by NASA astrobiologists posits a more ominous explanation. The mysterious anomaly may be the aftermath of an ancient asteroid impact. Around the gravitational anomaly in Antarctica, we identified a ring structure closely resembling those found near significant meteorite impact sites, remarked astrobiologist Jennifer Edenbrode of NASA's Planetary Environment Laboratory. Given its diameter, this meteorite would have been among the largest to have struck Earth, measuring approximately 50 kilometers across. It surpassed even the size of the celestial body responsible for the extinction of the dinosaurs. Scientists theorize that roughly 250 million years ago, this colossal asteroid collided with Antarctica, triggering one of the most catastrophic extinction events in Earth's history, the Great Permian Extinction. This cataclysmic event led to the disappearance of 96% of marine animal species, more than half of all vertebrates, and nearly all insects. Edinburgh emphasized this event stands as the most extensive mass extinction ever witnessed on our planet, and we now believe that the remnants of this ancient cataclysm linger in Antarctica, a haunting testament to the destructive power of cosmic forces. Well, folks, remember, people basically thought the Great Permian Extinction was caused by volcanic eruptions in Siberia. So, this information, if true, changes what we know about Earth's history dramatically. If this article is true, folks, then it changes how history itself, did unfold. I don't want to sound like a parrot, but yeah. Imagine this, folks. What we basically thought, volcanoes basically causing this mass extinction. Once again, we basically find out there was a meteor that most likely caused this impact and left this gravitational field in Antarctica. So, the thing we have to basically remember, folks, is that science is just a very at times, if you're not basically a lamestream scientist, like we've seen recently with basically, various scientists I could name basically not doing any real scientific research, science is supposed to be fluid. In theory, you're supposed to accept new information that changes what you know about the world and not basically fight against it at all. Not if you look at basically, lamestream scientists who basically, if they get new information, they'll try to basically either fit it in or say that's just all a lie. So, I have no doubt that this is information, if it is true, folks, that some people are fighting it right now. Too bad, because it sounds very reasonable to me. Either way, folks, a very interesting article, but let's move on to the next one. This one, dingo-like cryptid canine almost opens pickup truck door, and read exactly what this canine cryptid did, folks. Once again, we're reading a story where these cryptids can simply do very human things like open doors. So, if you're on the receiving end of such an encounter, I can only imagine how frightening it is. So let's read the full account now. Hi Lon, I'm 45 years old. This happened back in 1990. I'm driving my friend from Long Island, New York, out to Tucson, Arizona. I'm coming through the mountains into Alamogordo, New Mexico, and this dog comes out, and I'm like, I'm going to hit him. So I stop the truck. I'm pulling a trailer. I'm driving a Toyota pickup with a U-Haul trailer. This dog comes up to the driver's side door. Now I know I had plenty of rest because I was sleeping during the day, and my friend was driving during the day. I drove all night. I wake my buddy up. Darren, wake up, look at this. The dog had short front legs like a dingo. The eyes were glowing. Dingoes are indigenous to Australia. They're not in the southwest, out in the desert. Anyway, it comes up. I rolled my window down a little bit, and I thought that something wasn't right, so I locked the door. I pushed the button down with my elbow because I'm left-handed. I hit the door, and I reach over with my right hand and rolled the window up. It scratched on the window, and then it tried to open the door. It stood up. He stood up on his back hind legs, and was trying to lift the door handle like it knew what it was doing. I'm yelling, Darren, wake up. He looked over and said, what the hell is that? I put the truck in first gear. We were, on a hill going up. I'm like, I don't know what the hell that was, but that was crazy. It had reached and tried to open the door of the truck. If I hadn't locked it in time, he probably would have opened the door. I'll never forget it. Craziest thing be. So, folks, that was the first of 2 cryptid canine encounters we'll be reading today, and I have to say, that is a truly horrifying account, folks. But the fact, we have heard of other accounts of these canine cryptids, trying to open doors before, folks. So that shows that they are both intelligent and have the, physical means to do so. So very interesting. Either way, let's get over to the next article. Upright cryptid canine chases down West Virginia moonshiners. And hear exactly what these 2, illegal moonshiners were most likely having to deal with one night when they were probably working, I guess. Either way, a caller named Ben called in to tell of his grandfather's run-in with a possible werewolf. Sadly, he never dates the story, but he does claim that it occurred in West Virginia. Yeah. So, in West Virginia, people have seen these cryptid canines now. And I would imagine they have since this, grandfather saw it as well, folks. I mean, they probably don't talk about it too much because, people tend to look at you funny if you tell that you saw a literal werewolf. But I would imagine that people have seen these things, not only in West Virginia, but all over the country constantly. They just don't basically tell of their accounts because they don't want to basically be thought of as cranks, except for the ones who basically do tell their accounts because they want more information on what exactly they saw. So let's read this story of these moonshiners and the werewolf now. I have a story. It's a story that my grandfather used to tell us when we were kids. He was in the Korean War and World War II, so he's seen it all. Well, he grew up in West Virginia, and he always told us this story when we were kids, and I always believed it. He and his brother were involved in illegal activities. They were moonshiners. Well, they were crossing the New River one time, and a big black creature was up on 2 legs, and my grandpa always said this, that what he saw, it stooped down and it ran, like a feral, like on all 4s, and it chased them to their truck, and it ripped the door open and grabbed him by the arm, and tore his arm out of its socket. His brother pulled a .357 out and shot the creature off the truck, and they drove off. His story has never changed. He just passed away about a year ago, and the striking thing is, I took him to go see the new movie, The Wolfman, and we were in the theater. When he transformed, he sees the creature up on 2 legs, and then it gets down on all 4s, and he chases people. He nudged me and said, "Hey, Ben, that's exactly what I saw." Very interesting, folks. Now, the source of this comes from Coast to Coast AM, September 1st, 2014. So, this is a very interesting account, folks. Was it possible that this man really did see a werewolf? And the fact that basically, the way the Wolfman behaved in the Wolfman movie, it was exactly the way this guy remembers it? Do you think that means that basically Hollywood has on some level some knowledge of these cryptid creatures or even alien creatures, folks? Because I've heard before, folks, that people, involved with various productions, sometimes when they basically talk about these productions, the information that basically that are in these shows and movies is very much like what we see with the various cryptid accounts. Now, skeptics will argue, obviously, what happened is that people were influenced by these movies and TV shows, but sometimes, folks, it's vice versa. So I'm thinking that maybe sometimes the government lets some information out and basically has it basically put in popular media so they can use it to obfuscate, the actual real information and basically make it look like it's all, just coming from Hollywood. But that's just me, folks. Either way, we're at the end of this video, so please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. Read comics, they're bad for you. You can use the YouTube link down below in the descriptions or the chat to go subscribe to me. Hit that like button for me. Make sure you're still subscribed. Leave some comments down below. Hit that bell for notifications. Hit the part of the bell that'll give you all future notifications, and please share this video out. I'm Chris Williams from the Scumdogs Kennel. Thank you all for joining me. I'll be back again tomorrow with another great video, so be sure to come back again then. Till next time, folks, I'll see you all again soon.